In this video, I'm going to show you one stock for which I've used for 2 years, making over $19,000, and I'm still using it today. Stick around. I know you're going to like this one. Let me show you my eyes. Hey, welcome back, everyone. It is time for another red-hot cover call video. Well, hey, look, I'm back behind the mic, fired up because I haven't been here for about 2 weeks. Had a nice get-together with some family and friends this past week. Absolutely love taking time for myself. Now, look, today we're going to talk about a stock for which I've used for over 2 years. I pocketed $19,000 or more. I'm going to show you today the or more. And what I want you to notice is this. It's a stock that I bought much higher. I think by cost basis, it's 100% higher. But here's the deal. I have been using this stock for over 2 years to generate monthly cash flow, putting money on the table, paying the bills, and it's so consistent. Many will say, well, it's consistently going lower, but here's the deal. From the jump, I told you its only purpose in my portfolio is to generate cash flow, and that's what I use it for. Every single month, I write an out-of-the-money covered call for 30 days, pocket some $700 to $900, depending on the cover call premium I can collect, and we wait. Yes, we let the trade go till expiration. I pocket all that cash flow, all that bill paying money, and we do it again. I've done it so many times. I think I've done at least 20 or more covered calls on this stock, and I still own it. So today's video is more about giving you encouragement, showing you something I'm doing that's putting positive cash flow in my wallet, even though the stock is down some 50%. You don't see me in the fetal position. You don't see me complaining. I'm using this stock to generate cash flow. So let's go ahead and get to this because I know you're going to like this one. If you like anything you hear today, I want you to subscribe to the channel. Come back every week, show you timely and relevant covered call trades that put money on my table, even in this falling stock market. And hey, look, if you like the video, bang that like button. It lets me know you like what I'm doing. And it encouraged me to come back next week to show you another video for which I hope to up your game. Now, the stock we're talking about is Rocket Mortgage. For 2 years, I have talked about Rocket Mortgage. If you remember, 2 years ago, I was in the great state of Oregon visiting my son. I'll tell you what, loved it. We were there in Drake Park. We were talking about how I was going to use 2,000 shares of Rocket Mortgage. I felt so comfortable with it, I was going to use it every single week until I was assigned the shares, and then I would write 30-day covered calls, trying to pocket $2,000 a month. Well, that worked out, and I'll tell you what, it worked out so well. I now have 4,000 shares, and I have 10 Leaps contracts for which I love to use the poor man's cover call on. For me, it trades in such a range, it's bankable. Yeah, it has fallen, and I'm going to show you the chart here in a minute. It has fallen, but we're able to trade it. I want you to go back to my channel after this video and watch that video 2 years ago, because that video explains the mindset, right? This is all about mindset, because right now the stock market's crashing. People are losing their ass, but you have to have the positive half cup full mindset. Because see, I'm still in the trenches, right? My members are still in the trenches making money in this time where people are bailing. You know, the S&P 500 is down damn near 12% since the beginning of the year. All those people that told me last year, you did all that work, the S&P 500 was up 25%. You could have just taken all the money invested into the S&P and you'd have made 25%. I think you're wasting your time. Well, I made about 49% before I did some tax harvesting. And I'll tell you what, I'm proud of that, because every single month I put cash on the table, paid the bills. Now, with that said, right now, those same people aren't talking. The S&P 500 is down some 12%. They're getting kicked in the ribs like no other. And they're very quiet right now. Yet we who sell premium, we buy shares, we write covered calls, we use cash secure puts. We're using the poor man's covered call. We're making monthly cash flow. January, I made over $6,000. Last month, I made over $5,000. And if all my contracts expire this month, well over $8,000. Now, this is in a falling stock market, right? A stock market that, quite frankly, is in bearish territory. I mean, we've already crashed through the correction. Now, I believe a lot of this selling is what's happening in Ukraine, and we will get a nice little pop after. But hey, who knows? Who knows how long this lasts? I still have the bills. The bills still keep hitting the inbox. So I need to do what I do, sell premium, and that's why I come back every week and show you. Okay? So I want you to watch that video. I want you to get in the right mindset where we're half cup full. Let me show you what I sent to the members just yesterday, and we'll talk about my Rocket mortgage trade for which I made $600 in 2 days, but I've made over $19,000 since I've owned the shares. Now, just 2 days ago, I did one of those covered calls on my 4,000 shares of Rocket. I believe I bought back an option for super cheap, went ahead and sold the next 30-day covered call. We were going to pocket $1,000, but a lot of things happened in just 2 days, and the option fell 50%. Now, this is where I hope to up your game. You know, I could sit here and talk about all the money I'm making or the money I'm losing, because I'll tell you what, I have been kicked in the nads with some of my leaps call options, but I'm still working those, but I am down. That's where the mindset comes in. I'm half cup full. We're going to use those stocks and leaps, and we're going to keep putting money on the table. There's no time for coiling up in a fetal position. The Verizon bill keeps coming. I have to pay for groceries and gas. So if anything, today's video, I hope, inspires you to get off your ass and do something, because we have to live life. And if we're going to use the stock market to help supplement our cash or be our part-time job, we can't just not look. Okay? So I hope I'm inspiring some of you, hell, even if it's one of you, to change your mindset and start putting money on the table. That's what this video is for. Now, with that said, talking to the members just yesterday, talking about rolling options. Now, I have guidelines. You can go to YouTube and search covered call guidelines and golden rules. But for me, in practice, for which I've been doing this for 5 years, I've done well over 1,000 plus trades. I mean, I can't even tell you how many I've done. I have guidelines. And the 50% guideline is one I use all the time. And again, it goes back to mindset. 2 days ago, I did a covered call on Rocket. I got 25 cents. And in 2 days, Rocket has fallen $1 full in share price. Now, my option fell more than 50%. Now, I have 28 days to collect that 10%. Now, this is where that mindset comes in. See, I could let this trade continue for the next 30 days. Now, I'm going to show you exactly what I did. But I could let that trade just sit there and percolate and trade for the next 30 days. But because I'm an opportunist, I'm aggressive, I'm going to use my 50% rule. The stock has fallen $1, which that isn't good when you own 4,000 shares. I'm down $4,000 in just 2 days. But my option, I'm not concerned with the shares, okay? Work with me here. The shares are going to do what the shares do. I'm concerned with the option. I'm going to own the shares. The things could fall to $5. Doesn't matter. I'm going to own the shares. I've already come to the realization that Rocket might not trade at 21 where my cost basis is. So we have to keep spinning these plates of profit until we end the trade, which won't be for a while. So what we're going to do is we're going to use opportunities and we're going to take advantage of them. So when it fell 50%, I decided to write the members on this one because it's 2 days. You think I'm day trading, but I'm not. I take advantage of the 50% guideline. I decided that I was going to buy back my 25-cent option. I used a limit order and paid 10 cents. Now, there's no fees there because my brokerage doesn't charge me fees. I then went ahead and rolled out of the current position, and we rolled down both in strike and expiration. So when you hear people on YouTube say we're rolling out and down, we're rolling out of the current position, and then I'm rolling down. Now, in this case, I rolled down $1 full on my strike because the stock has fallen $1 full in price, and I moved the expiration out 1 week. Down and out, both strike and expiration date, because I want that 25 cents for the next trade, right? That's what I'm sort of looking for here. I don't want to just do a buyback and not profit. So we're going to push that out 1 week, collect that 25 cents back. We pocket the difference. Now, with that said, that's exactly what I told the members here. And some members have Rocket Mortgage, and they told me they did this trade. Now, what's the takeaway of this? Some people will say, you're just too active here. I don't want to be too active. But the way I see it is this. That is a free $600 sitting there on the table. Now, again, I know you're saying, dude, you lost $4,000, but I'm going to own the shares anyway. It's not about owning the shares when you're in this game. I've already come to the conclusion that there might be a day that I take a hella hit on Rocket. But until that day happens, it's about the option. Okay, it's about the option. Forget that the shares have fallen. If you don't have that mindset, you will never get to where you need to be to put cash flow on the table. So here's the deal. I literally book $600 in my wallet. Got 25 cents, paid back 10. I keep the difference at $600. 6 crisp $100 bills in my wallet. Now, what am I going to do? I own the shares. So what I do next is very important. If I sit on my hands, it could fall again. I mean, this market is falling, right? Or I'm going to take action. So I immediately jump into action. Let me show you what I did. And I sent this to the members. Now, look, if you like what you're seeing with my membership, I got a 1 free month offer for you. I've had my membership seeing the world through John's eyes for over 2 years. I'll tell you what, I have so many loyal members. They actually email me all the time. They're using the membership the way it was supposed to be used. You gain access to an active and successful trader. Yeah, I've been down on trades and I've had to sell where I've taken losses. But at the end of the day, you see the world through my eyes because I do not stop. Whether I'm in a winning trade or a losing trade, my mind is always to win, right? I try to win. We don't always win, but I try to. See, I take no days off because the bills take no days off. So look, if you want to be a part of my membership, I got a 1 free month offer for you, okay? Love welcoming all the new members aboard. And quite frankly, love hearing the positive feedback because, hey, look, I'm putting myself out there. And when I hear members coming back saying they love what I do, it just absolutely vindicates what I'm doing. Because I would love to be a member of somebody's service where they do all the things I do. Well, look, with that said, so go to ctpdashboard.com, click Upgraded Dashboard, and get your 1 free month. Also, get all the free spreadsheets. All the free spreadsheets. I don't spam you. I don't sell you nothing. They're all free. You got to keep the numbers in front of you. Everything we're talking about here today is about keeping numbers in spreadsheets. Okay, I got them all there for free. I want you to take advantage of them. Now, back to this rocket trade. This is the email I send to the members. I show them the roll where I actually bought the option back, paid the 10 cents. I made $600. Now, it meets the 50% guideline rule. Now, I'd love to give some feedback as to why I did the trade and why I did the new trade. And as you can see, the new trade is going to pocket me some $920 if it expires worthless. The important thing here is to understand I'm using a stock to generate cash. I would love for it to go higher. I would love for it to not lose me money, but we're beyond that. Now we need to use the stock to generate income. Let me show you why I've loved Rocket Mortgage and why I still love it today. Now here's a chart of Rocket Mortgage over the past 2 years. I want you to notice something with Rocket Mortgage. Seems like every year they're now distributing a fat $1 dividend to all its shareholders. They did this a year ago, which caught everybody off guard. The meme crowd got a hold of it as well. And I'll tell you what, that was a moment to be a part of Rocket Mortgage. But it really does seem like they're going to distribute their special dividend every single year. So being a part of Rocket Mortgage, I collect that $1 per share. Now, the real reason I love Rocket is this. How it trades in such a bankable range. You know, we're not seeing this, and that could find us in trouble, right? Because if I own the shares up here, and I write a covered call down here to generate some income, and this thing spikes to here, I could have my shares taken away. And I don't want that to happen. So what's very important is to find stocks that trade in great ranges. Talked about Bristol Myers and Merck and Rocket. You know, these stocks are trending sideways to higher. They don't seem that exciting, but at the end of the day, a stock like Rocket that's trading sideways to lower, it's bankable. And that's the key here. We need a bankable range for which we can play the range. Meaning we could buy the shares low or do a cash secure put lower. If we're assigned the shares, we write a covered call as it goes higher. Okay, so we want to trade stocks that have these great tradable ranges. Now, with that said, I would love Rocket to go higher, but at this point you could see its RSI is tremendously low, which means it's more oversold than overbought. It also trades in that range where it'll get a little action, it'll fall back, trade sideways, it'll trend lower with the market. I believe it's trading lower with the market right now. It's at $11. I suspect, even with the dollar dividend taking away a full dollar from its share price, remember that full dollar they gave to their shareholders was taken out of the stock price. So this should be trading at $12, but they've given back profits to their shareholders. Profits. You know, Rocket Mortgage is one of those companies that maybe Wall Street doesn't know how to value it. And it's definitely not glitzy, so nobody's buying it to trade options because clearly it has no volatility. But when it's an $11 stock and say you want to own 1,000 shares, that's $11,000 you would have to invest. Now, for a lot of you income seekers out there, you might have $11,000. Well, I'm showing you today that I wrote a covered call for which I would have made $1,000 in 30 days, bought that back, made $600. In the next 30 days, I'm going to make damn near $1,000. So in a time frame of about 35 days, I will have made, if this current covered call expires worthless, that's going to be $1,600 on your $11,000 investment. That's 35 days. Now, if you take my approach, and we're going to use this every single 30 days, well, I think you can do the math. If you're generating $1,000 a month with a stock like Rocket, now I know some of you are saying, look, you're not generating $1,000 a month with 1,000 shares. But you'd be wrong, because if you look at Rocket's options, a 30-day at-the-money strike will pay you about 95 cents to $1.05. Again, it's about the option. Don't worry about the shares here. I'm going to buy the shares. I'm then going to write the at-the-money strike, making the 30-day $1 covered call premium. That would be $1,000 in your wallet. You hope to have your shares taken away. You do it again. Now, I'm in a bad spot where I have 4,000 shares, and I'm looking to use deep out of the money strikes so my strikes are not challenged. I don't want my shares taken away at $11. I need to keep this plate spinning as long as I can. So you're in a much different place than I am right now. And that's a great opportunity for you because the markets are damn near their lows. All I want you to do is consider this. The video is about having the mindset that we're going to generate cash flow with stocks. Now, where the stocks go isn't the big picture. The big picture here is we have shares. We need to generate income from those shares. If you remember last year, during a lot of my videos in the later half of the year where I was down considerably on some of those high-flying stocks, I told you in those videos time and time again, I was more frustrated, not with me being down on the stocks, but I couldn't write covered call on the shares. I had FOMO. The fear of missing out from the stocks popping higher. So I watched them fall and fall and fall. Now, for whatever reason, my mindset is totally different with Rocket. And maybe that's because Rocket will trade in a $1 range up or down in 30 days. That's why being a part of my membership is so fun, because I love to send the members those kind of trades. In fact, I just did one on Visa, and I always send them trade ideas on stocks that trade in great ranges. Hey, look, this is why I love Rocket. This is why I continue to trade Rocket, and to be honest with you, I might even add to my position. All of this is my opinion only. This is what I do. I risk my own money. So if you're going to put any money in the stock market right now, you better do your research, better do your homework. I want you to feel like you can go to sleep at night with your investments. See, I can. I want you to be able to do the same. And you can only do that when you research and do your due diligence. Hey, look, I'm pulling for you. Get my 1 free month right now so I can welcome you aboard. Hey, look, my next video is going to be even better because I have been making money in this falling stock market. Hey, look, be safe, be healthy, most important, be lucky. Until next time, may all your covered calls be profitable.